Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mama Beach and I'm here today to talk about leather care. And I have several leather care videos on my channel. I like to do updates every once in a while because sometimes people forget that how this all started for me was really getting into leather and how to care for it properly, make it last, make your investments last. I think it's important to think about if you're going to invest in expensive handbags, how to care for them. So I'm going to take care of 2 bags today and I will show you some steps along the way of how I'm caring for them. I'm going to take care of this Gucci Soho Disco that I recently picked up that has some corner wear, and I just want to do an overall cleaning of it because I know crossbody bags get a lot of dye transfer, especially on the back side, and sometimes it's hard to see. So it's important to wipe them down periodically before that jeans dye gets really sunken into the leather and becomes part of it. The other bag that I'm going to take care of today is this cute little duffel that I picked up recently by Louis Vuitton. I want to spray all of this vachetta because it is in pristine condition and I want to keep it that way. And the spray that I'm going to use on it today will protect it from water spots, and it's a little bit of a tricky bag to spray because I don't want to get a whole lot on the canvas, so I will show you how I'm going to handle that. The first thing I want to do though is take care of the Gucci Soho, and let me show you real quick the products I'm going to work with today. This is Apple brand leather cleaner. You can get this as part of kits with a cleaner and a conditioner. I don't think you can buy it on its own. I've always bought it as part of a 2-part kit. I love this cleaner. I trust it. I also trust the cleaner that gard-more makes. I believe it's Gard-more. I'm gonna link everything below. All the products that I trust, that I've used on all different kinds of leathers and have never ruined anything. Just the one thing I will caution you with any leather cleaner is if you scrub too hard, you are gonna take the dye out of the leather. So you really need to be light-handed with it and keep track of the cloth. And I always use white cloths to make sure that the dye is not coming out of the leather, because that can't go back into the leather once it's out. So just FYI. Conditioner is always safe to use as much as you want on your bags. It will not hurt the leather. It is great for leather, especially corners. You always want to keep well conditioned and moisturized. And this is by Apple brand. It is their leather conditioner. You can also buy this as part of the kit with the cleaner, but I do think you can buy this on its own. Gard-more also has a leather conditioner. They actually have 2 products I like. One is for all leathers and one of them is specifically for pebbled leather. So I will link that below as well if you want to try the Gard-more. And the spray that I'm going to be using today to protect my bags from stains is this spray by Gard-more called gard-more. This is the non-aerosol version of the spray, which means it has no odor, and once it dries you can use the bag immediately. I have also used the aerosol version of this, and I have used an aerosol Apple brand protectant spray, all of which work the same. The problem with the aerosol is it's very smelly. I recommend you do it outside or in an open garage, and it will make your bag smell for about 24 hours after you spray it, so you cannot use it immediately. This is really hard to find. If I can find a link for it, I will put it below, but there's a chance that it won't be in stock because it goes out of stock so frequently. If you see it, pick it up, the non-aerosol Gard-more. It's amazing. All right, so let's get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is use the cleaner. This is always the first step, is you wanna strip all the dirt, dye, whatever may be on your bag out so that you can condition it, seal it in, right, and protect it, and then you put the spray on the top. That's always the top layer. So I just put a little bit of cleaner on my white rag here, and I'm gonna start on the back of the bag because if this bag is dirty, and I don't know if it is, that will show the dirt probably the most out of any other part of the bag because that's what rubs against your body. So you just kind of want to, you're not really scrubbing, you're just kind of doing an all over wipe down with this. If you do have an area that's stained, you can scrub with this, but like I said, you just have to be so careful and keep checking your rag. Like I keep looking at this to see if I see any purple, because if I see purple, I'm gonna stop. I don't want to remove the dye from the leather. So let me give this a once over and then I'll come back and show you the bag. I may not look any different. It's looking pretty clean so far, but let me go all over the bag and then I'll come back and show you. Okay, I'm back. I did not get much dirt off that bag at all. Just a tiny little smudge here that came off of the strap because I went along all the whole strap. So I'm pleasantly surprised. It was way cleaner than I thought it was going to be. So I'm just going to take the leather conditioner. And with this, I'm going to once again do a wipe down of the whole bag, but I'm really going to focus on the corners. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on camera, but the corners all are looking a little dry and a little bit scuffed. So I really need to keep on top of keeping these moisturized. And you can see there's a big deep scratch here. There's some scuffs on the corners. So I really want to concentrate on those corners and make sure that I get conditioner on them. So let me show you just a quick little rub down. I have a little bit on my rag here. You're just gonna put it all over the bag, just once over the whole thing. And then I'm gonna come back and hit the corners extra and really rub it in there and let it absorb. And I'm gonna let it dry a little bit and then check the corners again to see if they need a second coat. Because really, I have doctored so many corners like this using nothing but conditioner. You don't need to paint. So a lot of people go and paint bags and try to match the dye of the leather and paint the corners to fix corner wear. But really, all you need to do is moisturize it, and a lot of that will just disappear. So let me go over this entire bag, and then I will be back to show you the results. Okay, I just finished doing a once over of this bag, letting it dry a little bit, checking the corners. Corners look so much better, and that big scratch that was on the front, you can barely see anymore. All it needed was a little bit of moisture to help kind of stick the leather down and camouflage it into the rest of the bag. I'll show you a couple of corner shots here. You can see they look much healthier, more moisturized, and just the bag overall feels more supple. The last thing that I always do is take a clean dry cloth and just buff it. I want to try to get off any excess product. I want to make the leather nice and shiny. So I always use microfiber cloths, and I always try to use white, like I said, so I can keep track of if I'm having any problems with dye loss. But all you got to do is just rub it, give it a quick little buff, and it is ready to go. Now, pebbled leather I don't usually treat because it is weather resistant. And I don't need to spray it with this. This bag I am going to spray, and I'm just going to spray this backside because I know this is going to get dye transfer from jeans. Just from my own experience carrying crossbodies, it happens. So I'm going to just spray this backside with the spray, and then I'm also going to spray my Louis Vuitton bag, and I will show you all of that. So here's an up close shot of this spray that I'm going to be using today, and the first thing that I always do is shake it up a little bit and make sure everything's stirred in. And you just want to hold it about, I don't know, 10 or so inches away from your bag and spray. You're just trying to get a fine mist on the bag. You don't want to like saturate it. And that's it. You're going to let this dry, and then you're going to do a second coat, and it is good to go in terms of helping repel stains, water, all that kind of stuff. And let me show you my Louis Vuitton bag next. Okay, this one's gonna be a little more tricky just because while this will not hurt the canvas at all, I don't want to have a lot of residue on the canvas. So I was going to tape everything off, and just the thought of that was so daunting because of the amount of taping that I would have to do. What I think I'm going to do is spray, and then I'm going to go through and wipe the canvas clean just so I don't have residue. So I'll show you a little example here. Let me grab my rag. I want to just spray just like I did the other bag. Very light mist. And I will do all of this vachetta, and then I'm going to come back through with my rag and just wipe the canvas so that I don't have residue there. And I think that will do the trick. I will leave the vachetta wet and let it dry, and then I'll do 2 coats on this bag as well, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this little leather care video today, and just so you know, everything turned out great. Here is my duffel. It turned out so nice. You can see the vachetta looks exactly the same as it did before. Even if the spray darkens things temporarily when you spray it on, do not panic. Everything will dry just fine. I have used any of the products below, any of the spray products on nubuck, suede, other more sensitive leathers, and it has always dried totally fine, even if it darkens when wet. The other things I will link below, I'll try to be specific about what type of leathers you can use them on. Most of them are safe for all leathers, but I will make a note about it. And let me show you the Gucci here. Everything dried from the backside where I sprayed to help prevent dye transfer. So just something that you always want to be thinking of when it comes to your handbags, especially if you have quite a few like I do, to take stock of them periodically. Make sure that you are maintaining them, keeping the leather nice and moist and supple so it doesn't dry out on you, and you will definitely get the best return on your investment. It's just like a house, a car, any other type of investment. You want it to hold its value the best that it can, or maybe even increase in value depending on what kind of handbag we're talking about. So the best way you can do that is maintain it and take care of it. Like I said, all the links below are products I trust. And if you search my name, Mama Beach, and leather care, a lot of other videos will come up that I've done. Some of them longer, more in depth, other types of leathers that you may be curious about. So definitely search for those if you are interested in learning more about leather care. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope that you'll subscribe if you have not. While I love leather care, I also talk about a lot of other handbag related and leather related things on my channel. So if you love handbags and accessories, I hope that you will join me for my future videos and hit that subscribe button. All right, I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.